Well, hiya tits, it's me Brad, aka your drama and cosplay queen 1014. We would like to thank all our early birds, night owls, and everyone else in between for sending your class for 1014 and joining us down here at the warehouse. A couple things. I have been busy the past week and a half, so I'm sorry about no videos for España or All-Star 6. There will be no videos for the last episode of All-Star 6, not only because was I busy, but I absolutely did not agree with the judging at all last episode, and I was salty, and I just don't feel like I should review it because I don't want to. And then Drag Race España, I will be doing the finale because there wasn't nothing much in the reunion like I thought there was going to be. I was a little disappointed with the reunion. I am at work, so excuse the noise again, and I will try to keep this video short due to the reason of because I can't get any screenshots. Everybody gonna look on my face all the time, so keep this short because there was a lot that happened this episode. So what are we here to do today? We're here to review episode 6 for All-Star 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Alright, so they all come back into the workroom and they go through the lipsticks of the group, and it was a tie between Akira and Jan. And Jan was pressed, girl. She was mad. I'm over here thinking to myself, I'm like, girl, you signed up for this, you knew what it was the first time around, and you definitely knew how it is the second time around, so you need to calm down and not take it so personally. It's just a damn game. So then we come back into the next day. Hello, hello, hello. RuPaul walks up into the workroom in a nice little suit and says this week's maxi challenge is going to be an acting challenge for a little show called RuAmerican Horror Story. And I'm just like, oh, Covent girl. And I'm like, ooh, this should be good. It wasn't. So basically it was just a little spoofy episode of American Horror Story. They used the real actors and actresses' names instead of character names. So for instance, Kathy Bates' character was named Kathy, Jessica Lange's character was Jessica, etc., etc. So they all go through the script, and Eureka was all like, I want the bearded lady, y'all fight for the rest. So we get to Ginger and Kylie wanting Jessica's role, the supreme supermodel of the world. We come to find out has the most lines. So Nick wants it because last week the judging panel told her that they want to see more of her come out, break out her shell. And Ginger was like, well, this is kind of tailor-made for me and my accent. And I'm like, do you not hear Kylie's accent? She sounds exactly like Jessica Lange. Oh my god. So they do a rock, paper, scissors, which Ginger did last episode, and she lost, and lo and behold, she lost again. We're gonna get to the finale, and it's gonna be like, RuPaul's gonna be like, time to rock, paper, scissors for your life. And Ginger gonna lose, because she gonna pick rock, bitch. How are you gonna pick the same thing twice? Oh my goodness. So Kylie gets Jessica, and then we get a little, I wouldn't really call it a fight, between Pandora and Trinity, fighting over Francis's character. And Pandora was like, I will fight for this role. And Trinity is over here like, bitch, I ain't got time for fighting, whatever. I'm just gonna sit here and do this with Raja. And Jan's sitting over here like, I don't want to play the role that is tailor-made for me. Literally it was Jan on a page. She's like, I don't want to do that because the judges always tell me that I'm 100 and I need to calm down. And everybody's like, Jan, this role was literally written for you. Okay, so we get into rehearsals in the workroom. Some queens are talking to each other saying, I need to do this and this for my character. I feel like I need to redeem myself from my acting challenge because Raja didn't do good. Akira hasn't really been a strong actress. We haven't really seen Kylie act very much. So the strong actresses obviously were just like confident. And then we get up into the actual filming of the episode. And I was a little confused because they stayed in the same room on set, which is fine. But it felt more like a, I don't know. It just felt weird the way it was like set up. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't cameras here or here. It was just like cameras, you know, just to capture them. And I'm like, it would have been more depth if they had cameras like here and here. I mean, make seem like they weren't always in the same room, if you know what I mean. I'm not gonna go over too much. A lot of it was a struggle bus. I will note that I was really worried for Kylie because Miss Michelle Visage had to get up out her chair, and that was worrisome. And I'm like, that's not good. But she was getting there. Okay, so after the rehearsals, there's not much to talk about. A lot of them struggled again. I want to blame it on the writing. A lot of the writing was just, whoa. Okay, so we get back into the workroom where they're getting ready for the runway, and they're talking about like, has anybody or does anybody dabble in, you know, the supernatural witchy stuff. And we come to find out that Akira has always wanted to own a funeral home, which is interesting. I think she said something like, it's just a good place to work to, you know, put people to rest, I guess. I think that's what I got out of it. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong, because I probably am. Oh, I forgot to mention that when they were like running through before the filming of American Horror Story, Eureka and Miss Trinity were like, you know, like Eureka had, or Trinity had her hands down Eureka like this, like they were, you know, like cuddle, snuggle buddies, like something's going on there. I'm like, okay girl, like, you do you, Trinity, and you do you, Eureka. It looks like Trinity's getting the trade of the season from Eureka. I don't know, that's cute. So going back to them getting ready, we come to find out that Trinity had a brujo boyfriend in the past, which is a witch, a white witch, which is supposed to be like a good witch, you know, the Glenda witch. Sorry, Glinda, not Glenda. Linda, listen, honey, Linda. Okay, so as they were talking about that, I don't know what happened over at Eureka's station while she was getting ready. I don't know if she like tripped, fell, something fell by her, but she was like, "Ooh, your ex is already trying to get me, girl. What the hell?" And Trinity's all like, "He could have put a curse on me, like about people like not to love me or something. I don't know." Anyway, so after that little cute segment, we get to the runway and RuPaul comes out in this weird outfit. I'm like, okay. The headband was just weird. It was like protruding from the head instead of like being around, like just onto the head. She was giving me like, be jealous of my boogie. Yeah, like season 3 vibes, I guess you can say. But I didn't like the look. It was just weird. I didn't like the fringe or the frillies that were coming off the dress. I don't know. I love when RuPaul freaking shows some skin and shows her legs, but anyways, so the judges are Michelle Visage, Ross Matthews, and American Horror Story veteran Emma Roberts, who was pregnant during the filming. I think she's had her baby. Has she? I don't remember. Anyways, so we get to the runway. I will be doing that in a different video. It was oh my gosh. So after the runway, we get to the actual episode of American Horror Story, Covent Girl. And I'm just gonna give my opinions. I'm not gonna go over it. One, they need to hire some writers. Not some writers that are gonna be like, okay, I have to finish this by 12 p.m. and it's 5 p.m. now. The writing in these challenges are really bringing talented girls down. Alright, anyways. 2, Eureka was supposed to be like here, but she was like up here the whole time. she wasn't giving any like dynamics to the character. It was very monotone and manic. Akira, when it just kind of looked, I know she was trying, I really do know she was trying from what she was saying, but to me when I was watching it, it felt like an actress was just like completely over being an actor, going into retirement, and someone is forcing her to show up to do this last gig, and she just doesn't want to do it. She just wasn't there. Like, I didn't get any like character from her, especially from Gatabe's character. She was like, I don't know, she was not that's for sure. I thought Pandora did an okay job. Sonique, I was a little worried about, but again, that was because of the writing, so they didn't really give her many singers. Ginger obviously did a great job. Ginger is a seasoned actress. Well, it seems like she is. And she did a good job. I thought there was nothing wrong with it. And then we get to Jan, and Jan was just Jan and did what she needed to do. Trinity and Raja. I don't know what Raja was trying to do, but her character was required to do a lift. And this whole time, she was sitting there and this not doing a lift. Instead of doing a lift, she was doing all these tones that she sounded like a damn cartoon character. Supermodel. Like, what the fuck, girl? Raja obviously struggled. Trinity did a pretty good job. So after the episode, we come to find out that Trinity and Pandora are safe. And then we get to the critiques. We come to find out that Ginger, Kylie, and Jan are in the top. Akira, Raja, and Eureka are in the bottom. And lo and behold, Kylie Sonique won the challenge. I was really worried about her this whole episode. She got her first win in RuPaul's Drag Race history, so congratulations. I love her so much. I know I don't know her personally, but she's like everything. Y'all know how I feel about Miss Kylie Sonique Love. I love her. And then we come to find out that Ginger and Jan are safe. I believe that they put Ginger safe because of her runway over Kylie's, and I believe Jan was safe because yes, she did exactly what the role required. She showed up, she did the role. I just feel like since her original season, we've seen her in this role, so it wasn't nothing new. If someone else had done that role that's not used to being like a Jan, then I can see them winning if they pulled off a Jan. But since we've seen Jan at 150 so many times, it just wasn't like, okay, you're the winner. At least in my mind, that's what I thought. Okay, so they all go back and they talk. So Raja, Akira talks to Sonique and the group, vice versa. Akira this is her third time in the bottom. This is Raja's first time in the bottom and has a win or two. And it was just sad because everybody knew what was going to happen. The outcome, no matter what, it wouldn't have been fair to everybody else in the competition if Kylie had chosen Raja to go home. So everybody's pleading their case. Raja didn't want to be in that position. She was really uncomfortable and sad because her and Akira are season 11 sisters, and Akira and Raja had a lip sync against each other on their original season, and Akira sent Raja home. And she's like, I've learned so much from Akira. Akira has taught me so much, and I've grown because of my sister. And she was just really pressed that she was in that position. But she also was all like, I don't think she even campaigned against her. But Akira was just like, you know, I do want to be here. You know, she was fighting to be there, even though she kept saying, I know this is my third strike to get me. And it was just obvious what the outcome was going to be. We come back to the runway, and Miss Kylie Sonique Love is changed, giving us some underboob. Let's give it up for some underboob appreciation. Yeah, she was looking sexy, as always, though. And the lip sync assassin was Manila Zahn. I was really surprised. I liked Manila. Her lip syncs are really good, so when she walked out, I was like, oh crap. So Nick is a good performer and can do all these shenanigans on stage, but Manila is a comedy queen and can turn out a lip sync. So it gets started, and we get Dirty from Miss Christina Aguilera. One of my very favorite freaking Christina Aguilera songs. Actually, Stripped is my favorite album from Christina Aguilera. Anyway, so we get into the lip sync, and I'm like, there's no way Manila is winning this against Kylie, because this isn't a song where you go comedy or manic like Manila likes to do, and we've never really seen her do like a sexy lip sync. So I was just like, Manila can't win this. And lo and behold, Kylie shut that stage down like I knew she would. Flips, splits, backflips into splits. Girl, come on. We all know. This is why I love you as a performer too. Like, you're just amazing and just so sexy. Anyway, so we come to find out that Kylie wins the lip sync for Your Legacy, and she wins $10,000 tip and a 7-night freaking vacation, and I think it was Italy or something like that. Like, girl, I want to go to Italy. Oh yeah, I'm moving to Europe soon, so I will be going there. Alright, so with great power comes great responsibility. So Kylie had to pick somebody to go home, and before she revealed who it was, which was no surprise, it took her a minute to get to the point. And I'm like, come on, Kylie. She just really wanted to be sisters with her afterwards, because even in the confessional, she was all like, we can be sisters after this, or we can't, and that's not my problem. But she picked Akira, and I don't think anybody was pressed over this decision. I know she wasn't upset over the decision, Akira, because, again, she already knew that this is her third strike against her, and there was nothing really she could do. Alright, everybody, so that was episode 6. What did you think of this episode? What did you think of this acting challenge? It was very weird acting challenge. What did you think of the judging? What did you think of the lip sync? What did you think of Akira going home? I love Miss Akira, and I am so sad to see her go. Honestly, I think she should come back. Depending on who goes next, or whenever the hell they're going to do this game within a game, I can't see them going too much further. I can see them doing another episode, because it's a girl group. We still haven't got Snatch Game. That's going to be 6 people. So 6 people on Snatch Game is usually 2 less. So maybe they're going to bring someone back and then do Snatch Game. I don't know. What do y'all think? Anyway, Brad, aka Your Drama Queen, would like to thank all our early birds, night owls, and everyone else up in between again for setting your clocks for 10:14 and joining us down here at the warehouse. Until next video, toodles.